Most people think that marketing is about creating campaigns and running ads, but true marketer is the one who understands business, what makes your customer buy your product over another. Let's start with 1987. No internet, no computer. In that era, how you have decided to start a marketing agency?
Forget internet and forget this. There were no phones. Every font was hand designed. Every illustration was hand drawn. To present something to your client, you would need at least 3 to 5 days.
All 40 years, what is that one thing in marketing that didn't change?
One thing that will never change is that human being. The human being. और ह्यूमन बीइंग की जो डिजायर्स हैं, जो एस्पिरेशंस हैं, एम्बिशंस हैं, हाउ ही बिहेव्स इज गोइंग टू रिमेन द सेम.
People don't make decision logically, they rationalize or explain it logically.
95% of human buying decisions are made subconsciously. On the days they played German music, 3 times more German wine sold. On the days that they played French music, 3 times more French wine sold. The customer said, what music? I didn't even listen to the music. This is Peter Drucker's famous quote, which says, marketing and innovation are the only 2 things that bring results to a business. All the other are
Cost centers.
Costs.
That cigarette brand.
Marlboro. Yeah. Marlboro basically tells you the power of the brand. So it is a legend probably. One day a Texan guy comes to his office, to the CEO and he says, look, we want to buy over your company because Texans have got very rich very soon because crude was discovered. 1 week later he's back, they have another discussion. He says, look, we've thought about it, we don't want to buy over entire company. What we really want to buy over is the rights to this Marlboro name, this packet red and white and all of this. We want to buy this. Look gentlemen, take away this and all that you see is ashes. Leave this with me, take all that, I can create all that in the next 5 years. So the value doesn't lie there, the value lies here. Because when the customer goes to a place to buy, he says Marlboro dena, he doesn't say cigarette dena. Because learning compressed time में सबसे ज़्यादा आपको agency मिलेगी. I am making 3 times the money that my agency is making. अब बताइए आप.
Through content.
Through only content.
Most people think that marketing is about creating campaigns and running ads, but true marketer is the one who understands business, what makes your customer buy your product over another. And today we have someone who has built an advertisement agency in 1987 when there were no phone, no internet. And in last 40 years, he has built so many brands. He has millions of views. He is creator himself. He has helped a lot of brands in a lot of famous campaigns. We're going to talk about a lot of stories of those campaigns. We are going to talk about career trajectories in marketing. What are different roles? What are new roles emerging into marketing? And more importantly, if you want to pivot from any other role to marketing, this podcast will give you that playbook on how to pivot. In this podcast, we talk about how AI will change the roles in marketing and how the future roles in marketing will look like. We also discussed about how to prepare for marketing roles. If you have next 3 months, 6 months and you're planning for interviews, this podcast will help. If you are currently working in marketing, if you are aspiring to be a marketer, or if you want pivot in any job role in marketing, this podcast will help you immensely. This is not Marketing 101. This is where we want to understand how marketing has evolved from 1987 to now. So sir, thank you very much for agreeing to speak on Clarity with Career Company.
My pleasure.
We want to understand that, let's start with 1987. No internet, no computer. In that era, how you have decided to start a marketing agency?
So it was not a marketing agency, it was an advertising agency, and forget internet and forget this. There were no phones, meaning when I say no phones, I mean is that you applied for a telephone connection, which used to be a rotary dialed landline, and you would get it after 8 to 10 years. So when I started my agency behind my father's shop, which was a watches and transistors, so the idea that we would need a phone in a watch shop was alien. So my uncle across the street, we had 2 shops on both sides. So uncle used to sit on the one side and father on the other side. So he had a phone there. And each time a client called, a man used to come running to the office inside that there is a call for you, and I would go out, and then I would keep making a list that once I go out and to that shop, these are the 10 calls I need to make because I can't keep going again and again.
Correct.
So those were the times where even getting a phone was difficult, and people today would be, young generation would be surprised that there were categories called OYT, own your telephone. So it was like the Tatkal then. Okay, so you paid about 15,000 rupees or something, which was a princely sum then, to get a quicker telephone connection. But that didn't mean that you pay the money and get it. That would be in another year. So maybe you'd probably get it in a year. So I went to my constituency's MP, got the OYT form signed by him as a VIP priority category. And then I got a phone in 6 months. So that was the challenge. Any campaign that you planned that an ad had to be released, say in Chennai Hindu, you had to think about it 15 to 20 days in advance, because there was nothing called a courier. You had to send a physical copy of an ad through the post, then call up after 6 days, have you received my parcel? That used to be a trunk call. A trunk call would be a very, very complicated thing for today's generation to understand, because you would book a trunk call and the trunk call would mature anytime between 1 hour to 4 hours. You had to sit near the phone for that time. If the trunk call matured and you were not there, that got cancelled and you had to rebook that trunk call. And therefore, once you booked a trunk call, you were booked for a good 1 hour or
4
so.
hours.
Depending on. And then you would inquire from the media department of the organization, say, hey, Hindu, have you received our parcel with this ad? They would say yes or no. If no, that means try again, next day. Till you were told, yes, the material has come in and now we will publish it on so and so date. So, one ad being released was an Herculean task which might take a week to 2 weeks. And if the publication did not want to print your ad, there was no way you could verify whether they had received the material or not. They would keep saying no because they had other ads to publish. And then one day when they had free space, they would tell you, yeah, we've got the material now.
But your event is over.
Event तो बहुत पहले plan करना पड़ता था. One brochure you had to print, you had to have a good 3 months in hand. 3 months in hand. Today a brochure I decide, my client comes to me and I can give the delivery tomorrow. So you can't today sitting here imagine how ridiculous and how torturous the process was of moving things. So this generation is a blessed generation. So those times everything had to be handmade. You didn't have
Canva.
Forget Canva. Every font was hand designed. Every illustration was hand drawn. So to present something to a client, you would need at least 3 to 5 days. Okay? I can't begin to define and describe how difficult things were and how patient you had to be. So you learn to be patient. You have no choice. You had no choice.
So 1987 you started your advertisement agency. If I could enter, if one enter into that agency now, how that office look like?
So you are so fortunate to be sitting in an IM with a huge space, air conditioned, and every modern gadget at your disposal, and a state-of-the-art place to operate out of. If you had to come to my advertising agency, I did not have 500 rupees to open a current account, so I borrowed from friends because that was what it took to open a current account then. And so it was a watch shop. You had to come to the watch shop, ask my father, where is Shell's advertising? He would guide you inside. You would go inside. There was a room in between where we stocked things. From there, you'd enter into a small go down kind of a place where there were other mechanics sitting. And I was the sole one who was sitting without even a proper table, something projecting out of a wall with one wooden plank. And I was sitting there and working all alone. There was no artist, no nothing, because I didn't have any money, so I had no choice. So you would talk to me, and then I would think of how I would move this forward. I would understand the brief from you, digest the brief, figure out what needs to be done as creative for that, then get an artist I used to write the copy myself, get an artist outside to design it for me, and then after he'd made 3 or 4 designs as options, I would present it to you, okay, at some physical place, because there was no way I could send it to you, okay. So we had to meet again. Then you would tell me what was needed, what was not needed. And then after a lot of back and forth, and about 10 days later, something could be finalized.
My God.
Yes.
Only print media.
No, we would do outdoor also. But then outdoor was another challenge because every hoarding was manually painted. There would be what you call as, today you see when people are painting buildings, they create that bamboo network outside. Okay, and then climb up and then start painting. Similarly, on every hoarding, you would see that kind of a structure.
My God.
People would climb up and then start painting. So, and Amitabh Bachchan's face in a small village would never look like Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan would commit suicide if he saw what he looked at then. Okay. So every painter had his own style. He would try to replicate what you've given him.
But he can do what he can do.
Yes. So
you have to live with it.
yeah. So every aspect of media production was a challenge.
Great. And coming to today's age, you have 7.5 lakh followers, more than 1 crore viewers a month. So how has been a journey if you describe it in 3-4 core movements that shaped
shaped
the whole
so one had to reinvent oneself about 3 to 4 times in this whole career of about 42 years or so. So I mentioned, right? So first was to be able to understand as a client service executive. I started as an intern to run around and get things done. It was pure running around operations. So one had to sit in a printing press overnight to proof check every little detail because something was being printed tomorrow which was important. So only the junior most guy was given the responsibility. रात भर जागना है, प्रेस में बैठना है. ये प्रिंटिंग प्रेस में काम हो रहा है, आपका ब्रोशर छपना है फॉर एग्जांपल. सो द कंपोजिशन हैज़ टू हैपन एंड उसको फिर प्रूफ आएगा बाहर, वो चेक करके अप्रूव करोगे, फिर वो प्रिंटिंग में जाएगा. ठीक है. वहाँ से लेके तो फिर एक दौर आया जब पहली बार उसको हम बोलते हैं डीटीपी. कंप्यूटर्स अभी नहीं आए थे, बड़ी मशीन्स होती थी विच वुड, डीटीपी का फुल फॉर्म वाज, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द फुल फॉर्म नाउ, डीटीपी दे वुड, और रादर डीटीसीपी से पहले वो प्रोसेस था विच इज बेसिकली फोटो कंपोजिंग मशीन्स. फोटो टाइप सेटिंग वॉज द एग्जैक्ट वर्ड. या फोटो टाइप सेटिंग. So then what you would happen was, for your content that you've written, you would mark the font that you wanted and the point size. Point size is the size जितना बड़ा छोटा करना है, and font is the character how it looks like the font. Okay. So हर फोटो टाइप सेटिंग मशीन वाला आपको एक कैटलॉग देके जाता था, उसके पास इतने फॉन्ट्स अवेलेबल हैं, उसमें से आपको चूज करना होता था. तो अगर आप एक फॉन्ट फैमिली चूज करते तो फिर वो किसके पास है वो डिसाइड करते आप. उसको आप वो दे के आते दिन में, टाइप किया हुआ या हाथ से लिखा हुआ और मार्क किया हुआ, तो शाम को वो प्रिंट करके आपको फोटो, यानी ब्रोमाइड पेपर बोलते थे हम, जिसके फोटो प्रिंट होती थी पहले, वो केमिकल प्रोसेस से प्रिंट करके आपको वो शीट देता, उसमें से काट काट के पेस्ट करते आप. सेकेंड फेज आया जब हाथ से काम करना बंद हुआ और टाइप सेटिंग मशीन से आपको मटेरियल मिलने लगा. उस स्टेज पे भी डिज़ाइन एलिमेंट जो है वो आपको हाथ से ही बनाना था.
अच्छा.
थर्ड स्टेज आई जिसको हम डीटीपी बोलते हैं. डीटीपी में आप अपनी कंप्यूटर खरीद सकते थे 3-1 लाख रुपए का, जिसके प्रिंटर पे आपको लेज़र प्रिंटर पे प्रिंट करके वो आपके जो फॉन्ट वॉन्ट है वो मिल जाते थे. कुछ सेटिंग बेसिक मिल जाती कि लेफ्ट अलाइन है, राइट अलाइन है, इतने एरिया में ऐसा कंप्रेस करके चाहिए. वो एक प्रोसेस आया. उसके बाद हमको लगता था डीटीपी विल नेवर बी एबल टू इक्वल टाइप सेटिंग. टाइप सेटिंग वॉज अ केमिकल प्रोसेस, दिस वॉज अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ अ प्रोसेस. इंस्टेंट जो प्रिंटर टोनर से इंक डिपॉजिट होती है और आपका बाहर निकलता है. ठीक है. ये सब भी सीखना पड़ता था आपको एज अ एजेंसी ओनर. आप ये रिलाई नहीं कर सकते थे कि मेरे को तो समझता नहीं है कि क्या चीज़ रिप्रोड्यूस हो सकती है, नहीं हो सकती है, उसके जैग्ड एजेस इसलिए दिख रहे हैं कि उसका पिक्सलेट हो रहा है. ऑल दिस यू हैड टू लर्न, यू हैड टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल ऑफ दिस. So, as an agency owner, you learn printing technology, you learn so much more than just thinking about strategy and writing copy.
Correct.
Right? So, so if you had to grow, you had to know a lot. Okay, there was constant learning happening all through. And then came the final phase, which is you have your own machine, and you can do what you want to do. You don't possibly rely on a third. Now I'm seeing the fifth phase, which is AI. अब तो आपको वो भी आने की जरूरत नहीं है.
थॉट भी ओरिजिनल नहीं चाहिए,
कुछ भी ओरिजिनल नहीं चाहिए. आपको गिव प्रॉम्प्ट देना आना चाहिए बेसिक, एंड देन
इमेजिनेशन अच्छा होना चाहिए.
वो भी जरूरत नहीं, वो इमेजिन कर रहा है. आप प्रॉम्प्ट दे दो सिर्फ कि ये चाहिए मुझे, एंड इट विल गिव यू प्रॉब्ली एवरीथिंग दैट यू वांट. सो दीज आर द की माइलस्टोन्स दैट आई हैव सीन, एंड at each stage you needed to relearn, unlearn and reinvent yourself to be able to stay relevant. Otherwise you were outdated. So I've seen many of my contemporaries being outdated at different points in time because they could not
cope up with the
reinvent themselves. Learning is an everyday process today. If you forget doing it for 6 months, you are already outdated.
Correct. So you said what has changed. Now let's talk about what is something that
Never changes.
So all 40 year, what is that one thing in marketing that didn't change?
One thing that will never change is that human being.
Yeah, the consumer.
The human being. और human being की जो desires हैं, जो aspirations हैं, ambitions हैं, how he behaves is going to remain the same. For example, I am wearing a Lacoste shirt, for example. Okay, so why am I wearing a Lacoste shirt? I'm a brand guy. I know this shirt can be made in 500 rupees and I'm buying something for 8,000 bucks. Am I fooling myself? No, because this logo here is there to say something about me. Okay, through it I am expressing myself to the world. Some people do it subconsciously, unknowingly. Some people do it consciously. So this desire of a human being to express himself through whatever he owns, does, and is seen with will remain the same. Okay, the relationships will remain the same. The human qualities of love, fear, envy, they will remain the same. So if I have to sell you something, and if I can ensure that you will be, you will feel others will envy you because of this possession which they cannot get,
I'll buy.
you will buy. The methods and tools of this happening might change, but you will not change. Your basics will be there the same. Unless and until, of course, all of us become spiritual and attain samadhi, and therefore we don't need material things. That is a different day. And
Correct.
then the marketing will stop working. But otherwise, as long as the human being is the same, we will constantly evolve in how to fulfill those needs and ensure those wants arise in you, and you overcome that barrier of parting with your cash and acquiring those things, whether a BMW or even a non-branded thing. Okay, that what drives you as a human being. सो वो बोलते हैं ना नाट्य शास्त्र में वो रस 8 रस हैं 7 रस, राइट? वो वही है ह्यूमन बीइंग के, वो कभी नहीं बदलने वाले. आपको प्यार की जरूरत है, आपको वार्मथ की जरूरत है, आप में जेलसी है, आप में है, तो ये सारी चीजें रहेंगी. अब मुझे एज अ मार्केटिंग पर्सन आई हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट
Which button to press
यस
for my product to sell?
यस.
Correct. People think that marketing is about running ads, creating campaigns, but it is about understanding what makes my product sell. In a very simple term, to understand why people buy my product versus the other competitor's product. So, coming to that, people think that we can make people change their behavior through marketing, but we were discussing that people have made decision way back and they're just trying to rationalize it logically. People don't make decision logically, they rationalize or explain it logically.
So this is what, there's this guy from Harvard, Gerald Zeltman. His famous quote, meaning he's done a lot of studies behind it and then said that, but we remember the sentence, but we don't know the studies behind it, of course, and we don't need to. But the sentence is very clear, and he's making it with all responsibility. He says 95% of human buying decisions are made subconsciously. Subconsciously is the word. That means you are not really fully aware when you are making that decision. That decision was made for you long ago, or maybe some time ago, in your mind. And by you, okay. But you came to know about it and validated it yourself, and thinking that you have consciously made that decision then. So there are various studies. I'll give you an example. For example, I quote this often. So there was this UK. There is a university. I'm forgetting the name of the university, and they conducted an experiment at a supermarket in the wine section. Alternate days they played French music. Alternate days they played German music. On the days they played German music, 3 times more German wine sold. Okay. On the days that they played French music, 3 times more French wine sold. Now, it's not a small number, 3 times, all right. Then they further probed and asked the people who were buying, did you buy the French wine today because we are playing the French music? The customer said, what music? I didn't even listen to the music. Oh. That means that your buying behavior was being impacted by something you were not consciously aware of.
Correct.
It was impacting you subconsciously. And there are many such studies, many of them. So that means the decision was taken somewhere else. And when you went home and told your wife or your friends, when you were celebrating something with a French wine, I today felt like having a French wine. I took the decision consciously.
They made you think so. They
exactly.
made you think so. Yeah?
You did not. The decision. So even that's said about decisions being made for purchase. I say even life के other decisions. आपने जब अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड चूज की थी तो आप सोच सकते होता है, आप सोचोगे कि मैंने कॉन्शियसली चूज की थी, वो डिसीजन आपका कहीं हो चुका था, बाद में आपको समझा हाँ ये दिस इज दिस. ओके, सो बहुत सारे ऐसे डिसीजंस हैं लाइफ में.
करेक्ट. सो दिस पीपल डू या प्लीज.
एंड देयरफॉर आफ्टर योर मैरिज समटाइम्स, did I choose this really? I choose this girl? And she is thinking the same thing. Did I really choose this man? Okay. How could I have done it? Because you didn't do it. At that point in time, whatever the dynamics happening here.
But so some faculty of yourself made that decision, no?
Some faculty, meaning the faculty you had no control over and you did not know existed, has made the decision for you.
Free will, we're talking about.
ये इसके ऊपर बहुत रिसर्च है, फ्री विल क्या होती है और फ्री विल है क्या एक्चुअली. सो वी पोस्ट रैशनलाइज.
Yeah.
Post decision rationalization is a big thing for human beings, and then you try and figure out ये कार मैंने इसलिए खरीदी क्योंकि इसमें इतने एयरबैग्स हैं, इतने सेफ्टी फीचर्स हैं, so my family will be safe when they're in this car, etc. But you made the decision of buying that car much before you found out about its safety features. You're just finally justifying to yourself. And most car ads that are released by luxury brands are able to finally telling you, yes, you made the right decision. They're basically trying to, for you, justify that, yeah, you spend 1 crore on this Mercedes, you made the right decision.
Correct.
Yeah, don't feel guilty about it.
People don't buy people don't buy logically, they justify logically.
Exactly.
They just justify
Exactly.
logically.
Absolutely.
And it also says, the Simon Sinek has one book, and he says that there is a limbic brain who does not have ability to convey, so therefore you can't convey most of your decision why you have chosen that, and when they ask, you say that because I just felt so. I just felt so. Right. So, and brand building from an agency lens. You have built so many brands, you have worked with brands for so many years, you can go on and on with the name. Every time a new client comes, you have to understand whole sector, whole products, all of that. How it looks to you, how you see it looking back at 40 years.
No, that's the best part of your profession. I didn't know this when I got into the profession. Of course, I got into it like most youngsters do, with glamorized by the word advertising. At that point in time in my career, I was doing I just finishing my first year of MBA. So a guy who was senior to me, I actually flunked my 12th in mathematics.
Yes,
so that's why this senior of mine was my classmate, but he went a year ahead and therefore joined the MBA 1 year ahead of me. And we used to study together. So he asked me, and he's from Nagpur, a very, very dear friend of mine. He asked me, what are you going to do after your first year? Internship kahan karega? So I said, I socha nahi koi bhi marketing jagah pe, because that's the only thing I know. I don't want numbers. Numbers mein I'm poor. So I'll join some. So why don't you join an advertising agency? So I said, yeah, interesting. What is an advertising agency? Imagine staying in Nagpur. It was because there was nothing from the outside world that ever came into Nagpur and equal size small towns, because all the action was in metros, and if you're not in a metro, you were disconnected with them. All right, there was no internet.
Correct, there's no
I give you everything.
Yeah,
no computers, no phones, no nothing. So you don't know. Now so imagine a first year MBA guy just about finishing MBA and had not heard the word an advertising agency. That was the thing, how it existed then. So ये क्या होता है advertising agency? तो he told me वो नहीं जहाँ ads बनते हैं और models and all. Models, तो मेरे कान खड़े हो गए. हाँ, ये interesting हो सकता है.
ये interesting है.
So that was what drove me into my first internship in advertising. So I went and did an internship at a very small advertising agency in Delhi, Daryaganj, and I went for a month. But I loved it, what I was doing, though it was only operations at that point in time. So I wrote to my director of MBA Institute here, Jal P. Kimi, a very, very fine gentleman who was later also became an acting vice chancellor of Nagpur University, an amazing guy. I wrote to him, sir, can I miss the next 3 months, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing and learning a lot in this advertising agency. So he said, if you're learning, no problem, I'll give you attendance. That was the kind of man he was. Okay, so he gave me that, and the next 4 or 5 months I spent in that agency as an intern. That was the best decision in my life probably, because given today, looking back, and I connect the dots backwards, as Steve Jobs said, we can always connect the dots backwards.
Correct.
Okay? So that had I not spent that time, had I not broken into advertising, I would have probably wasted my life in some sales job or something which I would not have liked it, or not to my strengths. Anyways, so cutting a long story short, so I realized that advertising is one place where I can really fully enjoy what I'm doing. ठीक है? But तब तक भी मेरे blinkers खुले नहीं थे. फिर जब मैं रियली एडवर्टाइजिंग में आया, मैंने अपनी एजेंसी शुरू की, और कई साल बाद मुझे समझा why I am enjoying this. Why I was enjoying this was, suppose even if I had joined a multinational like P&G and I was made a category कहीं में सेल्स कैटेगरी में, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जिलेट, और जिलेट के रेजर्स और जिलेट की क्रीम, फॉर एग्जाम्पल शेविंग फोम, डे इन एंड डे आउट आई वुड हैव बीन डीलिंग विद दैट वन कैटेगरी. फोम बेच रहे हो आप, फोम के बारे में सोच रहे हो, फोम आपकी लाइफ फोम हो गई,
और जितना एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ेगा उतना आप और डिफिकल्ट है स्विच करना.
ठीक है. अब एजेंसी में क्या हो रहा है, एक समय में नाम ले मिस्टर सुरेश शर्मा जी से बात कर रहा हूँ बैद्यनाथ के, जो मेरे सबसे लॉन्गेस्ट स्टैंडिंग क्लाइंट थे. फॉर अबाउट 30+ years आई हैव हैंडल्ड हिम. उसमें भी च्यवनप्राश के सीजन में च्यवनप्राश की बात हो रही है, एग्जाम के सीजन में शंखपुष्पी की बात हो रही है, ब्राह्मी की बात हो रही है. तो विद इन अ कंपनी ऑल्सो आई वॉज हैंडलिंग मैनी ब्रांड. सेम मोमेंट आई एम डीलिंग विद नागपुर फर्स्ट बिग IT कंपनी कॉल्ड लैम्बेंट बाय मिस्टर शशि चौधरी. a completely new world, who was building products for the Western world. Same time I'm dealing with Haldirams. Same time I'm dealing with a vehicle manufacturer, a dealer for Bajaj Auto Limited, which was launching a new Kawasaki brand. So the world was always exciting, everything new, something new every single day, you know. So I was dealing with so many categories and figuring out so many things, and one category learning applied to the other category, etc., etc. So
Correct.
that is why I was enjoying this more than anything else, because I was not dealing with one thing at all. And the fun was learning, and we are all made differently. So therefore, I realized, so you can figure out a lot of things later. You know, when you are sitting at 60, you can look back at the 40 years and kind of rationalize again post whatever happened. Okay, why did I do what I did, and what did I enjoy, and why did I become successful? Is because, you know, you were always a curious guy. A curious guy is always good in marketing. He is always successful. If you're not curious, if you don't know if she's sitting there on a laptop and doing this, why is she doing this? Why did she spend 50 hours on a laptop in a month, etc., etc.? And why is this guy hates a laptop and is always outside? What makes them different, etc., etc. You know? So curious guy does good at marketing, and curious guy does even better in advertising. And if you love that, and if you love figuring out people, figuring out behaviors, figuring out desires, drives, etc., you're bound to be successful in advertising. So all this fell into place much later in life. And of course, then other skills came along that you were always learning, you were always reading, you were always trying to, you know, also you became a good public speaker, and therefore you could present well, and you could logically, so lots of things fell into place. And I felt, यार इससे अच्छा career मेरे लिए हुआ ही नहीं होता. अगर आज मैं कहीं हूँ छोटे से नागपुर से निकल के, और कोई भी IIM background नहीं, कोई कुछ नहीं, and today if I'm being able to deliver sessions to multinationals, okay, at a very high cost, it is only, I'm not trying to boast or say anything about this. आपने बाहर GCC की बात की, Global Capability Centers. So I've been invited at Global Capability Centers to talk to their people and leadership. Why could this happen? Because a lot of things fell into place as a personality which was there already, that constantly reading, constantly learning, and then being able to simplify very complex things, put them into very simple things, storyfy them over a period of time, and express them well. All these strengths evolved over a period, synthesized, came together, amalgamated, and this result is because of all of that. And that is thanks to advertising.
Correct. Naval Ravikant says
Very
that.
long answer, I know, but sorry.
No. No, very, very apt. Actually, we are taking that. So Naval Ravikant says that the best thing that you can do is productize yourself.
Who said that?
Naval Ravikant.
Naval Ravikant. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Productize yourself. So, but I have one question which we cater a lot of B schools, and our audience is 22, 25 years old. They get fascinated by advertisement, they get fascinated by ads, brands, all of that. But they don't want to do anything for 3 years or 2 years. They get bored very quickly, which was not the liberty or luxury that you had or even we had. Now, no matter how interesting the job is, it will be get better with repeats. It will get better with repeats, the numbers, and if you don't stay long enough, then when will you figure out what you're made for?
No, the point I'm trying to make here is each one of us has, you know, as a personality is different, as a human being, as so the idea of getting bored normally happens. I'll answer this in a different way.
Okay.
Suppose you have an agency and you have a client.
Then,
What is the difference between when you enter your marketing? Should you enter an agency? Should you enter a client side?
yeah.
So I draw an analogy. If you want to enter into marketing with a client, you're good with a microscope. One particular sector, you keep going in depth, so that you know the impact of every activity on P&L, you know, one category, and gradually from the category you rise, but you're still focused in one area. So, right? But if you're good with a telescope, then you are an advertising guy or a marketing guy from the agency side. That means you look at the wider picture, many categories, learnings of one category being applied to the other, etc., etc. So if you are wider, less in depth, more wide, zoomed away, this is advertising, marketing in the agency side, client side. Digital or whatever. Client side, you have to keep going, drilling down deeper and deeper and becoming an expert in one thing. Okay, so you need to decide which appeals to you more, and there is no rush in this. So I don't know whether I'll be jumping the gun here if I say this. If I were to start my career all over again, I will still start with an agency, because within the 2 years I'll be able to figure out if I have to switch to the client side, what kind of products would interest me? Am I a FMCG guy? Am I a durable guy? Am I a financial services kind of a guy? So within 2 years, you will get to handle a lot of things, and you can probably make up your mind better if you want to switch. So which industry would be right for you?
Correct. And in fact, reverse is not the true.
Reverse may not always be true, because if you spend 3 years in FMCG, insurance company will think twice before taking you. A manufacturing company, an IT company.
Agency will not take you probably.
Agency, because क्या होता है अभी, very honestly, to be very very honest with you today, the client sides are paying so much more today that you don't look at agency because the financial barrier becomes too big. You have to be a fool to get into an agency. So only those who are slightly foolish will come to agencies.
Or they'll open their own.
अगर आगे चल के, but I would always say यार, before you open your agency, at least find out. If you've not worked under seniors,
मजा कहाँ आता है?
नहीं, मजे से ज़्यादा आपको मैच्योरिटी कैसे आएगी? आप जब तक डॉक्टर का बैग लेके सीनियर डॉक्टर के साथ घूमे नहीं हो, आपको कौन ट्रस्ट करेगा बड़ा सर्जरी करने के लिए?
करेक्ट.
ठीक है ना? तो जो दोस्त भाई हैं वही छोटे मोटे आपको कुछ करने देंगे, पर आप अगर 2 साल किसी सीनियर स्पेशलिस्ट के साथ काम कर लिए हो, then you know so much more when you start up your own practice too. And this is no different than that. You're conducting a surgery on a brand. There you're conducting a surgery on a human being.
The much more is at stake.
Yes.
Much more is at stake. You took a session with all of our founder in Fed, and you said that, so you in our eyes, you said that marketing and innovation, there are only 2 jobs, rest all are cost centers.
This is Peter Drucker's famous quote, and it comes from, it's not Sanjay Uvach, it is Peter Drucker Uvach, which says, marketing and innovation are the only 2 things that bring results to a business. All the other are
Cost centers.
Costs, right? इसका मीनिंग ये था कि अगर एक बिजनेस में ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है तो वो बिजनेस है. अगर आप
करेक्ट
कुछ
एक्सचेंज है,
हाँ, एक्सचेंज हुआ, ट्रांजैक्शन
Value
हुआ,
versus currency.
तो वो बिजनेस है. अदरवाइज इट इज अ पब्लिक सर्विस. अगर मैंने आपको कुछ दे दिया, रोटरी के लिए सामान हूं मैं, आपको पोलियो वैक्सीन पिला दी और कुछ लिया नहीं आपसे,
तो बिजनेस नहीं है,
तो हम पब्लिक सर्विस में
सेवा
है ना, सेवा है, नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट है. और दूसरे एंड में अगर मैं आपसे पैसे ले रहा हूँ और कुछ दे नहीं रहा हूँ, तो इट इज अ डोनेशन. यू गिविंग मी अ डोनेशन, राइट? सो इट्स नॉट बिजनेस. बिजनेस कब होता है? जब ट्रांजैक्शन होता है, वैल्यू एक्सचेंज हुई. आज पैसा है, अदरवाइज बार्टर होता था.
करेक्ट.
ठीक है, तो वैल्यू एक्सचेंज इज अ बिजनेस. वैल्यू एक्सचेंज कहाँ पे होता है? वो मार्केटिंग करती है, यानी सेल्स बोलते हैं हम उसको. सेल्स इज वन कंपोनेंट ऑफ अ मार्केटिंग.
या करेक्ट.
सो मार्केटिंग आइडियल कंडीशन में अगर एग्जिस्ट करती तो क्या होता? सेल्स की जरूरत ही नहीं होती.
बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट होता तो मार्केटिंग की जरूरत नहीं होती.
बाय यू नो, इन एन आइडियल सिचुएशन मार्केटिंग जॉब इज टू मेक सेल्स रिडंडेंट.
करेक्ट.
ऑटोमेट नहीं,
रिडंडेंट
मीनिंग प्रोडक्ट इतना एस्पिरेशनल डिजायरेबल है कि आपको किसी की जरूरत नहीं. आप
हो
लाइन में खड़े होते हो लेने के लिए. जब एप्पल का नया फोन लॉन्च होता है तो आप लाइन में खड़े होते हो.
यस.
या फिर आपको बर्किन का बैग चाहिए तो आप वेटिंग लिस्ट में जाके 5 लाख रुपए का बैग खरीदते हो और वेटिंग लिस्ट में रहते हो. पहले आपको छोटे छोटे प्रोडक्ट्स खरीदने पड़ते हैं, तब वो अलाउ करता है. 2 साल बाद आपका देखता है रेवेन्यू कितना दिया आपने और कितने छोटे प्रोडक्ट्स खरीदे, फिर बोलता है हाँ आपको 1 बर्किन अलाउ कर रहा हूँ अभी मैं. ठीक है, तो वो मार्केटिंग की आइडियल सिचुएशन है कि सेल्स की जरूरत ही नहीं है, पर वो बहुत कम लोग पहुंच पाएंगे और कैटेगरीज है, बात अलग है वो एक. सो मार्केटिंग इज देयरफॉर इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट इज द रेवेन्यू पुलर इन अ कंपनी. वही ट्रांजैक्शन से रेवेन्यू आता है, रेवेन्यू से प्रॉफिट होता है. ठीक है, सो वन इज मार्केटिंग. मार्केटिंग टेक्स केयर ऑफ रेवेन्यू फॉर दिस ईयर, नेक्स्ट ईयर. बट अगर आपको आज से 10 साल बाद भी रेलेवेंट रहना है तो यू हैव टू बी इनोवेटिव.
करेक्ट.
Okay, what will happen 5 years from now, 3 years from now? You have to start R&D today and start doing it. That is innovation. How you will sell it? So R&D is not the only innovation. Incidentally, even a small tweak in packaging is innovation. One touch point of a consumer which creates more delight is a innovation. Ritz-Carlton ने अपनी पूरा एम्पायर किस पे बनाया था? पूरा एम्पायर इस चीज़ पे बनाया था, वो हर एम्प्लॉय को Ritz-Carlton के एक $2,000 no questions asked for a client delight खर्चा करने के लिए अलाउड है.
अच्छा.
नो क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड. एंड दैट इज व्हाट देयर आर सो मेनी स्टोरीज अबाउट क्लाइंट डिलाइट ऑफ रिट्स कार्ल्टन बिकॉज ऑफ दैट $2,000.
अच्छा.
जो आपने खर्चा किया क्लाइंट को लैपटॉप पहुंचाने के लिए, वो लैपटॉप होटल में भूल के चलेगा, उसका प्रेजेंटेशन एक्चुअल केस है. एंड द एम्प्लॉय इमीडिएटली बुक द टिकट, फ्लू टू दैट टाउन, गेव द लैपटॉप, केम बैक, नॉट आस्क्ड कि आपने क्यों खर्चा किया. दैट इज मेड रिट्स कार्ल्टन व्हाट इट इज. सो नाउ दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स are innovation. These kind of things don't happen in the R&D lab. That is also an innovation. Unfortunately, companies don't understand what innovation is, and no company spends more than 5% of their time on innovation. Innovation is everyone's responsibility. Even the guy who's packing material can innovate in something in some way which the packaging might look more desirable. It can save breakages. So that only the packaging guy who's at the shop floor will know कि मैं पैक करते समय क्या कर रहा हूँ, उसमें क्या नया हो सकता है.
Correct.
So innovation is everyone's responsibility. It's not the R&D guys only. So therefore, he said, innovation will keep you relevant forever. If you keep doing it, marketing will ensure revenues keep flowing in. These two are what business is meant for. Everything else support important है. ऐसा नहीं कि HR वाला important नहीं है. अच्छा टैलेंट नहीं है तो अच्छा प्रोडक्ट कैसे बनेगा? टैलेंट लाने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, रिटेन करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी HR.
बट वो कॉस्ट सेंटर है.
हाँ, मतलब वो डायरेक्टली वो दो बिजनेस के जो पिलर्स हैं उसको कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहा है वो. अगर फाइनेंशियल गाय है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है, CFO है, आज कंपनीज को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं. और कंपनीज की हालत खराब क्यों हो रही है? बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज, आई एम वेरी वोसिफरस अबाउट इट दैट दिस क्वार्टरली रिव्यूज ऑफ फाइनेंशियल गायज हैज actually messed up the entire organization, most organizations today. Because अगर आपको क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट देना है शेयर होल्डर्स को, रिपोर्ट है, तो आप शॉर्ट टर्म एक्टिविटीज पे फोकस करते हो. मार्केटिंग इज ऑलवेज लॉन्ग टर्म.
करेक्ट.
तो आप क्या करोगे? आज डिस्काउंट कर दोगे आज, क्योंकि आपको 2 साल बाद उस कंपनी में रहना ही नहीं है. आपको
इस क्वार्टर की चिंता है.
आपको इस क्वार्टर की चिंता, अच्छे से रिजल्ट मेंटेन करने. आपको मालूम है 2 साल बाद आप कंपनी से निकल जाओगे. टिम कुक को ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी, उसको मालूम था जिंदगी उसको इसी कंपनी में बितानी है. तो वो कंपनी कभी क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स को बहुत ज़्यादा वो नहीं करती है, बिकॉज दे वांट टू स्टे रेलेवेंट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 10 years ऑल्सो. सो अगर आप देखोगे, देयर इज अ रिसर्च ऑन दिस ऑल्सो दैट फैमिली ओन्ड कंपनीज, लार्ज कंपनीज आर मोर सक्सेसफुल इन द लॉन्ग टर्म, एंड यूरोपियन कंपनीज में फैमिली ओन्ड ज़्यादा हैं, देन कंपनीज विच आर लिस्टेड, विच आर टुडे बीइंग एक्वायर्ड, मर्ज, स्ट्रिप्ड ऑफ बाय वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट. फेमस केस है वो कौन सा, के मार्ट और सीयर्स का, सीयर्स रोबक एंड के मार्ट. तो उसके कंपनी के, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द नेम ऑफ दैट वेंचर गाय, जो फंड गाय, ही बॉट शेयर्स, देन ही बॉट के मार्ट, ही मर्ज्ड देम, एंड देन ही एक्चुअली क्रिएटेड अनदर कंपनी जिसमें इनका रियल एस्टेट खरीद लिया, उसको अलग से स्ट्रिप डाउन कर दिया. ही मेड मोर मनी एंड किल्ड बोथ द कंपनीज. दे वर जायंट्स, दे वर ब्लू चिप कंपनीज. सो
दैट्स व्हाट देयर बिजनेस इज.
एग्जैक्टली. सो ये क्यों हो रहा है? बिकॉज मार्केटिंग इज अ लॉन्ग टर्म गेम.
करेक्ट.
फैमिली बिजनेस ओन्ड कंपनीज जो होती हैं वो जानती हैं कि मेरे को, मेरी थर्ड जनरेशन को भी इस कंपनी को प्रॉफिटेबल रखना है. तो मैं आज के रिजल्ट को नहीं देखता हूँ. आई डू सम एक्शन, सम एक्टिविटीज, सम थिंग्स विच मे नॉट रिजल्ट इन दिस क्वार्टरली प्रॉफिट, मे नॉट इवन रिजल्ट इन प्रॉफिट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 years, but it will make sure that my company is alive 3 years from now, 5 years from, and now I'm making money then. This is a proven, there is data for this, that how this is, these quarterly results are harming large brands and large companies.
So is there any story where they have made a very huge investment for over the period of time and they got massive returns that you can think of, like Fevicol or any?
No, there are many companies. Off the cuff, UK की company, I'm forgetting the name. At 63 you tend to forget a lot of things. So there's this guy called, again नाम भूल जाता हूँ मैं, famous O&M का senior guy, रॉरी सुदरलैंड, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन. ही हैज़ एन इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी कि ये चीज़ नेचर में भी होती है. बीज जो होती हैं, मक्खी, मधुमक्खी, उनका काम है जाके मधु लेके आना, नेक्टर, फ्लावर्स. सो देयर होल थिंग इज ऑल्सो अबाउट एनर्जी ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. सो इफ यू नो दैट यू गेट गुड नेक्टर फ्रॉम हियर, all of them will go there, get the nectar and collect it in that honeycomb, and that becomes honey. Okay, but in any given set of bees, okay, there are a few small percentage of bees that don't follow this rule. They go in some other directions. From the nature's evolution's energy optimization law, this is anti that, because they are going where there are no flowers, finding out, figuring out, come back empty handed many times. But they are the ones who are responsible for the survival of the entire family. Why? Because they are constantly looking out for new places where nectar could be found. Because if something happens to this, some disease of flowers, something, and this whole forest goes, hota hai.
Correct.
So they have new sources.
Very interesting.
Similarly, marketing's job always is to keep experimenting. So there should be a budget available in every company to take a risk. For you, example, you're an investor. Okay, you will put 90% of your money in good companies so that you are sure also risk is kind of taken care of and you grow those. But you will use 10% of your money as risk money. Moonshot के लिए.
Correct.
तो वही चीज़ मार्केटिंग को करनी पड़ती है कि ऐसी कुछ एक्टिविटीज़ कॉन्स्टेंटली करनी पड़ती हैं जो कल के कस्टमर में रिजल्ट करने वाली हैं. आज उसका बेनिफिट नहीं मिल सकता है मुझे, और कुछ में से कुछ बेट्स खाली भी जाएंगे, नहीं बट उसमें से 2 बेट जो सही लगेंगी वो आपकी कंपनी को कहीं से कहीं ले जा सकते हैं.
Correct. So this raised to a very interesting debate called organic versus paid. A lot of people think that they have to build a brand very very organically, but then there is no traffic if you don't. But once you get into that loop of performance marketing, you never get out of that. And VC first question they ask is how much money you are burning and all of that. What is your take on that?
देखो, human beings have a brain. The brain has 2 lobes.
Okay.
A right one, a left one.
Left one.
ठीक है. भगवान भी जानता था कि जब वो बना रहा है तो ऑप्टिमाइज कैसे होगा. वन पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेफ्ट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर लॉजिक, रीजन एट्सेट्रा. ऑल योर logical decisions, rational decisions in life are taken by the left lobe of the brain. The right is more intuitive. So love happens in the right part. लॉजिक बोलेगा ये क्या है. जो लैला मजनू की कहानी बताते हैं वो बोलते हैं सारी दुनिया ने मजनू को समझाया कि लैला ब्यूटीफुल नहीं
सुंदर है ही नहीं जितना
तो बोले लैला को देखना है अगर तो मजनू की आंखों से देखो. तो वो मजनू की आंख नहीं थी, वो राइट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन था. Okay, that is unreasonable, that is illogical. All right, all your music, if you like, art, if you like, you're writing a poetry or something, all that happens in the right part of the brain. So भगवान क्यों 2 चीज़ दे रहा था आपको बहुत क्लियरली बता रहा था. एंड बोथ लोब्स इक्वल है कि ये दोनों का इक्वल काम है दुनिया में. सो अब जब क्या हो गया, जब CFOs have taken over the companies, they drive everything by analytics, and that is why most companies reach a floundering point. Old time companies, PNGs of the world, etc., the brands are still doing well. Why? Because they use both equally. I'm not an against numbers person despite failing in mathematics. Okay, they are very critical, but because you focus only on numbers, you lose on the long-term vision, which happens, So the same thing applies to your
brand
organic and paid activity. So there is a lot of space for content which is so good that it is appreciated for its own existence and builds the brand. For example, me, when I have got today about 7.3 lakh followers, it is 0 paid activity, all built organically in the last 2.5 years only. Okay, if you constantly do good quality content, people are thirsty. Zomato, look at Zomato's content, for example, in commercial space, right? I'm a human being, that's a commercial company, right? Zomato does such witty kind of communication, and all their reach is more, people share it amongst themselves, they don't have to pay for it, it's earned media. All right?
Correct.
But there is also equally important place for paid activity where you have to build the funnels, you have to do performance, you have to growth marketing जिसको हम बोलते हैं. It is all about customer acquisition cost to lifetime value of a customer, the right ratios and all of that, which is equally important. So it is not either or. What is the right combination of the two? Every company will actually ideally should be looking at that. Any company which is trying to do only one is like, you've been given 2 legs or 2 pair of 2 wings, you tie one wing away and say now fly. Can you fly? You not, obviously not, you shouldn't, you'll fall. Yeah. Right? So you've been given 2 wings for a reason.
Correct. So viral world versus brand world.
Again, it is not either or.
No, it's not either or, but if given a 10,000 loyal follower versus 1 lakh views, you are saying both are important?
No, then loyal are more important. But to make 10,000 loyal to go to 20,000, yes.
You need views.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if given a choice, these loyal are any day first. I'll give you my answer for that also. वो क्या होता है ना, मैं जरा अजीब प्रकार का प्राणी हूँ, आप थोड़ी सी वो कर दो और फिर मैं चालू हो जाता हूँ. So there is a research which tells us it takes 6 times more money to get a new customer than to retain an old one. ठीक है. एक बीवी एक नई गर्लफ्रेंड से 10 टाइम सस्ती है. To put it very bluntly. Okay, नई गर्लफ्रेंड के लिए आप कितने नए परफ्यूम लाओगे, कितनी कहाँ ले जाओगे, कितने महंगे खाने खिलाओगे, कौन से शो लेके जाओगे, कितना खर्चा करना पड़ेगा डेवलप करने के लिए, नर्चर करने. वो घर में बेचारी है ना. So purely from a commercial point of view, it makes more sense. Similarly, for generating a new customer, you end up spending 6 times more than nurturing an existing customer and keeping him loyal. But we forget about that customer. We constantly are focusing only on getting new customers, and we are also like a leaky bucket where water is flowing out constantly. So again, it is not an either or situation. So loyal customers, first preference. First.
Yeah.
Then to constantly increase that, more people have to keep coming in without losing these.
So same way, the long form content you should keep posting for a loyal customer. At the
Not
same
long
time,
form.
you should-
Form मैं short form करता हूँ. Form comes in picture much later, but organic probably to constantly draw new people in, paid to draw. But जो existing है उनका nurturing होता है. How do you nurture them? So that part.
Correct. And it's very also important for brand to choose their platform and then build on that platform. Yeah. And there's a lot of buzz around creator economy and lot of money being spent on that. What do you see as the future of it?
देखो, whether I see right or wrong, I'm a छोटा guy. हिंदुस्तान नहीं, Unilever made a decision to curtail 50% of their advertising budget
Through these guys.
through influencers. That's a clear signal. They are putting their money where their mouth is.
Getting the return.
ठीक है ना? And those companies, when they do something, there is humongous amount of analysis that goes into research.
Correct.
That goes into. So they are telling you that advertising is on its way out. Content or influencer or creator, all this is coming in. अब मैं आपको ये हो गया बड़े लेवल पे. मेरे लेवल पे बताता हूँ. I started as I said 2.5 years ago. Today I am, not to boast, please don't get me wrong. Today I have an agency that is about 22 to 25 people, and I am a content creator. I am a creator economy guy. I am making 3 times the money that my agency is making. अब बताइए आप.
Through content.
Through only content. So whatever revenue streams have opened up for me, influencer activity, doing keynotes, very high paid keynotes, to consulting, and drawing clients in from my agency. So every week we have 3 or 4 national clients walking in, talking to us because of creator economy. So the traditional economy is also getting a fillip, and the money that I am individually being able to make and put back into advertising is far greater than the entire agency makes. That is the world that we are living in.
So do you think the faceless brands will get killed with this?
नहीं यार, मतलब अभी there are 2 things. We are a pyramidal economy. Base of the pyramid is very large. Okay, where small
Consumer base, you're saying.
Yeah, small unit size without a brand, commoditized, not understanding, that will always be larger.
Value.
Value wise, ठीक है. As you move up the pyramid, the consciousness of a brand will keep increasing.
Correct.
So in India, fortunately, there's place for everyone. You need to decide where you want to be.
Yeah, it's not price sensitive, it's a value sensitive market.
नहीं, प्राइस सेंसिटिव भी है, हम उसको वैल्यू सेंसिटिव बोलते हैं.
दोनों है. पिरामिड के अलग अलग हिस्से हैं. नीचे वाले
आप
सब
डिसाइड कर सकते हो किसको टारगेट करना है आपने. तो देयर इज अ ह्यूज बेस एट द बॉटम व्हिच इज ब्रांड एग्नोस्टिक,
अच्छा,
व्हिच डजंट नो व्हाट अ ब्रांड इज.
Correct.
दे डेली नीड्स
जॉब टू बी डन.
बिल्कुल. तो मैं अगर तेल लेने जा रहा हूँ, रोज एक स्लम में रहता हूँ, मुझे रोज का ऑयल खरीदना है, तो मेरे को 10 ग्राम ऑयल भी मिलता है. मुझे पता नहीं वो पीपे से निकाल के दे रहा है, कौन सा पीपा है, कहाँ से वो तेल आया, मुझे मालूम नहीं. आई जस्ट कांट नो, बिकॉज दिस गाय गिव्स इट टू मी. मेरे को महीने के आखिरी में एक बार पैसा देना पड़ता है उसको, क्योंकि वो मेरे को क्रेडिट भी देता है, तो उसके ब्रांड की चॉइस से मैं खरीद रहा हूँ. मेरे को मालूम भी नहीं क्या दे रहा है. वैसे भी लोग हैं. टू पीपल हु इम्पोर्ट देयर एडिबल ऑयल फ्रॉम इटली, ओके, ओलिव ऑयल, ओरिजिनल वर्जिन ऑयल लेके आते हैं, उनका मटेरियल वहाँ से आ रहा है डायरेक्टली घर के लिए. तो ऐसे भी लोग हैं. ये वही इंडिया में हो रहा है. एक इंडिया के अंदर कई इंडिया है.
करेक्ट. HUL का एक था डिलाइट बट नॉट डाइल्यूट, कि वी गोना पुट अ सैशेस and we will not dilute but we will delight in a very small price and then sachet chick shampoo become a.
तो मैं उसके ऊपर बहुत काम किया है.
अच्छा.
In fact that family that so I did some research and did an Instagram reel, which was probably one of the first few reels that went viral for me. The first one was of course pink tax के ऊपर बात की थी मैंने जब. So what happened was, sachet was actually invented by a guy called Chinni Krishnan.
Achha.
He used to live in a small village in Cuddalore, near Cuddalore.
Oh, it's an Indian story, is it?
That's what people don't know.
Okay.
No multinational was interested in the base of the pyramid. They were marketing bottles of shampoos and oils and these kind of things at an entry point of 200 rupees, 150 rupees. This guy used to actually sell something which he used to put it in a small sleeve of plastic, seal it and sell it. Okay. Then he realized that in his own village, there were so many people who wanted to use a shampoo or a oil or something, but they couldn't because their entry point of 100 rupees, they could never have 100 rupees at one time.
Correct.
But given to them 50 paisa, they could easily use it and for one occasion use it. Okay. And occasion based use. कि आज मुझे रिश्ता देखने जाना है तो उस दिन मैं शैम्पू करूंगा.
आज शैम्पू करूंगा.
ये त्योहार है तो मैं बाल को शैम्पू कर सकता हूँ. ऐसे बहुत है. So what he did was, with one sealing machine and plastic, he created pouches of
शैशे. पहली बार जो बना.
हाँ, और वो गली गली जाके बेचता था.
अच्छा.
And before his product was successful, he died. So his son, who owns Kevin Care today,
Oh.
yeah, I met him too, and they invited me because this reel went viral and it became very, very successful. So one of the sons runs the natural beauty parlors. Natural, आपने देखा होगा?
Naturals, yeah.
Spas and all. One son does that, and one son does this Kevin Care, and there's another son. So then they took over, and Chick Shampoo and Velvet were launched by them. Okay, and then every bloody multinational has copied it. It was not an IIM guy or a Harvard guy or an IIT guy who invented it. It was a guy in a village who saw the need and created this for poor people so they could use it also. He would get these bottles, put it in plastic packets and sell it for 50 paisa outside schools and all.
Oh.
So that's
a
a
story,
purely
huh?
Indian story. Pure, and I'm doing this in my book.
Lovely. Talk about that book for a while.
Yeah. So last year, about 6-8 months ago, Penguin got in touch with me through an agent, and probably the reels were getting very popular of the marketing stories that I do. So we had a chat and they said, yeah, we'll do a book on marketing stories.
Okay.
So this book is not a marketing textbook, but it has individual independent marketing stories like these, each story with 3 marketing lessons drawn out of it. Is what this book is going to be, a compilation.
You can read from anywhere.
Anywhere, any story, anything, and some stories are short, some stories are slightly long. So depending on आपके पास कितना time है, कहाँ बैठे हो आप, वो पढ़ सकते हो एक story at any given time, anywhere, and you can learn something in 5 minutes. That is what my reels do too, and this is reels in print.
Lovely.
So पहली story उसमें मैंने वही डाली है कि ये एक Indian चीज़ है, we should all be proud. Of course, आज उसका problem दूसरा है कि उसमें से because of these sachets, environmental harm बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है. In fact, even today in some categories, 80% of the sales comes from sachets.
My God.
Yes,
what are you saying?
80% of the sales. Because low unit cost, entry level cost बहुत low है.
There must be shampoo?
Shampoos है, most of the time, shampoos, oils, etc. And बाद में तो coffee से लेके, चाय से लेके, everything is in sachets now, including your Haldiram's ka bhujiyas, and everything is garlands outside that you see. All those ideas were courtesy Chindi Krishna.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, a Fevicol story also, and then there's a very interesting story you told of founder, if you want to share, that cigarette brand.
Marlboro.
Yeah.
Marlboro is basically tells you the power of the brand. So it is a legend probably. I don't know whether it's really true or not. That one day a Texan guy comes to his office, to this the CEO of Marlboro, the listed company, the number one selling brand in the world for the last 60-70 years now. And he says, look, we want to buy over your company because Texans have got very rich very soon because crude was discovered there. So they became the Saudi Arabia of America in a way. So when you become very rich, you diversify your risk. So you want to buy companies in different sectors. So he walked in and said, I want to buy over your company. So the CEO of Marlboro says, why? So he says, no, we've thought that we want this company, a very valuable company. Okay, so what would be the price? So he made some back of the envelope calculations and said $5 million. And then that point in time, 5 million was a big number. So he said, look, let me come back to you with a counter offer after having a discussion with my financial guys. 1 week later, he's back. They have another discussion. He said, look, we've thought about it. We don't want to buy over an entire company. What we really want to buy over is the rights to this Marlboro name, this packet red and white and all of this. We want to buy this.
This box only?
Only. So rights to this. So he said, look, then the price will be 50 million. He didn't do any calculations. This guy got surprised, why, when I was buying the entire company 5 million and now you're saying 50 million for this. So that's when he says, story goes that he gets up, removes the curtains behind him, the entire factories are visible, millions of sticks being produced and packed and going out, and says, look, picks up the pack, look gentlemen, take away this and all that you see is ashes. Leave this with me, take all that, I can create all that in the next 5 years. So the value doesn't lie there. The value lies here. Why does the value lies here? No, not the brand. Because when the customer goes to a place to buy a pan thela in India, he says Marlboro dena. He doesn't say cigarette dena. So जो customer मांगता है value उसमें है. Customer Marlboro मांगता है. उसको ये cigarette से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. So,
Correct.
तो ये वैल्यू है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द ब्रांड, this is before brand management and became a big thing in the word, etc. That CEO had the wisdom to know where the value lies, which unfortunately many CEOs even today do not have.
Very true, very true. So somebody sitting in an MBA classroom today, listening to this podcast, aspiring to get into marketing, what are the large job families in marketing you see?
So marketing, basically if you ask me, I'm a bit of a pro marketing guy. So my thing is, business is marketing at the end of the day, all right? Because what is bringing in the money? Business. How does money come in? I need to understand what does the customer pain point, problem, delight point, what does he want? So understanding that is marketing's job, whether through research, whether through intuitiveness, etc. So deciding what is the customer's pain point and what can relieve that pain point or offer delight is the marketing guy's job.
Okay.
Right? So from there to designing the product, whatever, or the service which will delight him is marketing's job.
Okay.
From there to ensuring that is available at a certain price at a certain place is marketing's job. From that point, he buys it, and then if post-purchase service is needed, whatever, he is constantly delighted, constantly reminded about that.
Brand recall is also.
Everything there is marketing job. So the entire arc you look at is marketing.
So you should see, you are saying you should see as a what job to be done based not in the job titles.
हाँ नहीं, टाइटल से ज़्यादा मेरा कहना है कि इसमें अब अलग अलग कॉम्पोनेंट्स हैं. यू कैन डिसाइड. तो मार्केटिंग लोग हम जब बोलते हैं ना, तो नॉर्मली मैं भी MBA जैसे मैंने कहा कर रहा था, तो यही था मेरे दिमाग में. एक तो सेल्स जॉब दिमाग में आता है, या जो कैंपेन लेटेस्ट बहुत बड़ा हो गया है, उसका एंड फ्रेम जो है ना, कोई वायरल हो गया है, कोई कैंपेन बहुत सक्सेसफुल हो गया है, वो मार्केटिंग लगता है हमको. मार्केटिंग बहुत कुछ है, उसके 20% में भी दिस, but 80% is what all went in before this.
Correct.
The 100-page marketing research report you have to read, analyze and figure out what is the real consumer insight from it. Going out there and figuring out how the consumer is behaving, creating the whole brief, getting the brief rejected, rewriting the brief, presenting to the client rejecting it, constantly fighting with so many people to get budgets to be flowed into it. All this is marketing also.
Correct.
So it is not always the glamour side, which is very, very small incidentally, but everything else is marketing. Going with the sales guy on the sales call to figure out what the customer is really wanting to, how he, from his lens, what is he looking at, etc., etc. All that is also marketing.
Correct. So if you interview some guy today, what in him or her you look for to hire him for the role in your company?
No, so there are various roles again. So therefore, there is a digital marketing. The digital marketing, there are performance guys sitting there, there are content guys sitting there, there is traditional, so there are writers sitting there, designers sitting there, there are account planners sitting there, account managers
Correct.
sitting there. So it depends on what role I'm interviewing for. For example, if it is an account management guy, I would want a person who's analytical as well as who's able to synthesize, the two parts, the creative and the numbers, and put together an understanding from the client, digest it and give it to the creative people that this is what we want.
यहाँ ये चलेगा.
So that part,
Yeah.
I will look at his analytical skills, his observational skills, his communication skills, because he's dealing with the client also day in and
Correct.
day out, his understanding skills, and then being able to tell, and persuasive skills, because finally जो product बन गया, design बन गया, उसको बेचना client को उसी का काम है.
Correct.
तो उसको बेचना भी आना चाहिए.
Yes.
तो ये चीज़ें अगर हैं, तो he is good for that role.
So somebody wants to build for next 6 months for marketing. What are the things he or she should observe? And what are the things he and she should build in himself or herself?
देखो, सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ आई थिंक इज बीइंग एबल टू लर्न फ्रॉम ऑब्जर्वेशन. हम सबको वो चीज़ें दिखती हैं. कुछ लोग उससे एक ऐसी इंसाइट निकाल लेते हैं जिस पे से कैंपेन बन सकती है.
Correct.
वो कहाँ से आता है? तो पहले दिन नहीं आ सकता होगा. तो then you read a lot about के how did people figure out insights. For
What is that lever is what you are
So
talking
I'll give you an example. Very interesting, which one, in my opinion, is also one of the best case studies in this country.
Okay.
Where Cadbury's. मुझे याद है because I've lived through the whole Cadbury's arc. In 1970s, 80s, Cadbury's was a बच्चों का चॉकलेट. बच्चे खाते थे, माँ बाप खरीद के लाते थे. Cadbury Dairy Milk, CDM, बच्चों को देने के लिए, बच्चों का प्रोडक्ट था. Cadbury's realized that if they keep selling to children, they will never be able to become the scale of the company they want to be.
Correct.
because children market is a niche market, chota sa. So it all started with understanding that we want to attract adults to it. So it started with first, how do you make an adult not feel guilty about having something जो बच्चों का है and not make it look like a बच्चों का. So that campaign that came first.
Silk.
No, not Silk. Silk was another variant of
Category
the
of
product. Variant of the product. The first campaign was this girl cricket who dances with full abandon and then gives the guy a Cadbury.
अच्छा.
ठीक है? It was telling you that you can have situations which you can be not guilty about, go whole hog, be yourself fully as an adult without any shackles, you know.
And have Cadbury.
Yeah, enjoy. Okay. And then that going deeper and understanding कि Indians always have loved sweets. कुछ भी होती है
मीठा खाते हैं.
मीठा खाओ, है ना. तो आप एग्जाम में पास हो गए, मीठा खाओ. आपकी सगाई पक्की हो गई, मीठा खाओ. आपका ये हो गया, मीठा. गाड़ी में गाड़ी नहीं आई, मीठा खाओ.
Yeah, I recall the.
ठीक है.
बहुत बढ़िया.
सो इंडियंस वैसे स्वीट खा रहे हैं पर कैडबरी नहीं खा रहे हैं क्योंकि ओकेजन से रेलेवेंट नहीं है. सो देन कन्वर्टिंग दैट कैडबरी CDM इनटू ए इंडियन स्वीट के कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
कुछ मीठा हो
क्या
जाए.
इंसाइट थी.
बहुत बढ़िया. करेक्ट.
ONM की है कि कुछ मीठा हो जाए. कैंपेन ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड समथिंग विच वॉज फॉरेन, विच वॉज नॉट आर डेली प्रोडक्ट, विच वॉज नॉट अ रसगुल्ला और अ खीर कदम दैट वी हैव एंड वॉज ओनली अ चाइल्ड्स प्रोडक्ट टू अ प्रोडक्ट टुडे. आज हम सबसे अपना जो ट्रेडिशनल त्यौहार है दिवाली, राखी, उसमें चॉकलेट दे रहे हो आप. इससे बड़ी जीत क्या हो सकती है. कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
इसे कैंपेन कहता है.
पप्पू पास हो गया.
पप्पू
क्या
पास हो
कैंपेन था. बेस्ड ऑन दैट इनसाइट कि इंडियंस हैव स्वीट्स, it is only my job to be able to Indianize this and make it relevant to that occasion, context, etc.
Correct.
कुछ मीठा हो जाए. 3 words हैं. क्या कैंपेन है यार.
Correct.
So ये जॉब है मार्केटिंग का.
So today everything feels like a content game.
हाँ.
You know, more views, more numbers, more virality. So what is the difference between something that gets spread versus something that stays?
So I'll tell you, this is the difference between creative and strategic creative.
Okay.
ठीक है. Every agency to begin with has a account planner. So incidentally, if you ask me, the most underrated job in an advertising or a creative agency, okay, or a agency that should ideally have and people don't know about it, one of them is account planner. Account planner का काम एक ही होता है. कल्चर किस तरफ जा रहा है, कल्चरल क्यूज क्या आ रहे हैं, रिसर्च क्या बोल रही है, कंज्यूमर का बिहेवियर कैसे चेंज हो रहा है, वगैरह वगैरह. इन सबको लेते हुए उसको ब्रांड की लैंग्वेज में इंटीग्रेट करके तो ब्रांड पे इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या हो सकता है और ब्रांड को हम कैसे कर सकते हैं. तो ही इज़ अ गाय हु इज़ अ वेरी स्ट्रेटेजिक गाय. ये यहाँ से निकल के सीधा CMO बनता है और कंपनी को हेड कर सकता है कभी. बट बहुत लोगों को इसका रोल नाम ही नहीं मालूम है. अकाउंट प्लानिंग डिपार्टमेंट, अकाउंट प्लानर क्या होता है. 90% of the people do not know this. And this is the key function. Okay. He leads the creative in a way. He decides what cultural cues to adopt, etc. to be able to create the right kind of campaign. ठीक है. तो यहाँ से हम निकलते हैं. तो क्रिएटिव क्या होता है. उसका काम है आइडियाज जनरेट करके. तो अगर अनशैकल्ड हो तो क्रिएटिव इज जस्ट एक्सप्रेशन. एक आर्ट डायरेक्टर कुछ भी आर्ट बना सकता है. स्ट्रेटेजिक जब आप होते हो तो आपको मालूम है मेरे को ये ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव करना है, ये इसके पैरामीटर्स हैं जिसके अंदर रहना है मुझे, ये अकाउंट प्लानर ने बताया है, ये कल्चर है, ये है व्हाटएवर. और जो भी क्रिएट होगा उसको इस पैरामीटर्स में काम करना है. ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज होता है और ये सबसे बड़ी मतलब अगर ये हो जाए तो सबसे सक्सेसफुल चीज़ होती है. क्यों होती है मैं तो दूसरे तरीके से समझाता हूँ. हम सोचेंगे कि अगर एक चीज़ को हवा में उड़ना है और सबसे ऊपर जाना है तो उसको खुला छोड़ देना चाहिए.
हाँ.
ऐसा होता नहीं है.
इनकरेक्ट.
एक पतंग अगर होती है, पतंग इसलिए हवा में ऊपर होती है कि एक धागा उसको पकड़ने किसी ने पकड़ा होता है. आप तोड़ दो धागा, थोड़ी देर में नीचे गिर जाएगी वो. तो ये है स्ट्रेटेजिक क्रिएटिव कि एक फ्रेमवर्क जब आप देते हो ऑब्जेक्टिव का, हमको अचीव क्या करना है, वो कैसे होगा, क्या एक्सप्रेशन, ब्रांड पर्सनैलिटी क्या रहनी है, क्यूज क्या है, वगैरह वगैरह जो भी आप दे रहे हो, तो आप उसको वो धागा दे रहे हो जब वो उड़ सकेगी. तो वायरलिटी की जो होती है वो तो क्रिएटिव एक्सप्रेशन है. वो कुछ लॉन्ग टर्म में अचीव करेगी, ब्रांड ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव होगा या नहीं होगा किसी को नहीं पता. पर अगर वो स्ट्रैटेजी से प्लान करके करी जाए और उसको स्ट्रेटेजिक इम्प्लीकेशन क्लियर हो और वो जब थोड़ी कम भी चले तो वो ज़्यादा लॉन्ग लास्टिंग होगी, आपके ब्रांड पर्पस को लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए अचीव करने में हेल्प करेगी. ये डिफरेंस है दोनों में. तो अगर इसलिए बोलता हूँ स्ट्रेटेजिक virality, strategic creative, not just creative for the sake of being creative.
Does MBA add any real value as you now see The curriculums?
So I'll be very honest with you. Very honest with you. 90% of the MBA institutes should be closed. They honestly don't add very major real value in comparison to the charges that they have, to the fee structures, etc. I know I'll offend a lot of people here, okay, but that is the truth. In fact, 2 years spent in a good job, you can learn far more than your audience probably, you know.
I want to call all of them. Sit here.
Because your audience might, they're MBA schools and MBA students, so they might get a little offended, but
No, that is true.
yeah, 2 years in a good organization, under a good boss, under a good learning system can equip you much more than a normal MBA would. But yes, if you're one of those where, again, even in Harvard, if you look at the cost of that MBA today,
1.5 crore.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the ROI, what are you really gaining there? Yes, a certain kind of thought process, frameworks, thinking, methods of thinking, etc., etc. But key things why people go in there is the kind of alum network that you have access to after that.
Correct.
All the people you are studying with,
And you will have access to.
will tomorrow be CEOs at some large companies. That will become your ecosystem 20 years from there. Currently, your first break, all the alums are already CEOs and MOs and CMOs and CFOs in various organizations. So your access to those companies becomes easier, and therefore your career path becomes far accelerated. So that is the real reason probably you are doing a MBA from even a large IIM here in India and Harvard there. Okay. Qualitatively, they are better than the rest. And tomorrow, if you want to enter organizations where this brand value of an MBA or from a good institute is critical, for example, you want to get into McKinsey as a consulting organization.
There is no other way.
There is no other way. Okay. So yes, then an MBA becomes important. It is not that it is totally waste or you don't learn anything. But what I am saying is, in India, unfortunately, what has happened is, everything is very linear. You do your graduation, you do your MBA, you get a job, you get married, you have children.
You want predictability, visibility.
No, not visibility, but linear. When you go abroad, you will see this is not the case. In fact, you will never get into a good MBA school unless you have 2 to 3 years of work experience after your graduation.
Correct.
You won't get in. Chote institutes mein you will get in, but in Harvard would look at what your work is, because they want to bring together a cohort which is widely diversified in what they have experienced, and that those experiences get shared, interactions happen in the class, and they build on that. Okay, so their whole pedagogy is based on you coming as from an experience area.
Correct.
In India, that's not so, and therefore the problems. So if you're a fresh graduate, like I did my BSc biology, I came into an MBA. What did I contribute to the others? Zilch. What did the others contribute to me? Zilch. It was only whatever I have learned is post my MBA. My MBA just got me my first job. That's it.
Yeah, it's like a passport to enter in
first
a
job.
city.
उसके बाद first job.
और सिटी में जाके करना आपको है, एयरपोर्ट के बाहर निकल के.
तो आपकी फर्स्ट जॉब के लिए वो एक आपका वैलिडेशन है, उसके बाद में उसको पुंगली बना के रख देने का. As simple as that. After that, every other job you will get is based on the performance of the earlier job.
Correct.
Simple.
So in a first job of marketing, if one has to choose or a rank in order of preference, company versus role versus location versus money, how they should look at?
देखो, बाकी everything is irrelevant. Personal opinion. First 2 years are the most critical for learning. Where will you learn the most?
Is the only question you should ask.
People come and say, look, we want to do internships and आप internship में पैसा कितना दोगे? मैं उनको simple बोलता हूँ, आप MBA स्कूल में 10 लाख रुपया दे रहे हो, क्या दिया आपको MBA स्कूल ने? या 2 महीने में हम आपको जो देंगे वो आपका MBA स्कूल 5 साल में नहीं दे सकता है. आपने पैसा देना चाहिए हमको internship करने के लिए. People get offended. Yeah, because you've come to learn real life skills. If I'm giving you that much,
correct,
you should be paying me because you're paying them also, and they're giving you hardly anything. A normal low-ranking MBA. But
correct,
that's not. I'm not wanting to offend anyone. So the first 1 or 2 years, the candidate should not look at anything at all. Where is it that what I want, that kind of learning I will get, that kind of a boss. Analyze everything based on this. And given a choice,
ये होना चाहिए.
Given a choice, again, if you're very sure that you want to be in financial services sector, okay, and therefore you marketing there, please join that. Because आपको analytical skill अच्छे हैं, financial skills अच्छे हैं, तो you would probably make a better career. Passion is there, very good. Otherwise, nothing better than an advertising agency or a creative agency. Why? Because you get to see 10 things. Because learning compressed time में सबसे ज़्यादा आपको एजेंसी मिलेगी, क्योंकि हर चीज डेडलाइन है, आपको रोज 12 बजे तक 11 बजे तक काम करना है,
कॉस्ट जस्टिफाई करना है क्लाइंट को।
हाँ, और रोज आपको जागना है 10 बजे तक 11 बजे तक, रोज काम करना है। कंप्रेस्ड लर्निंग है, 2 साल में आप इतना सीख लोगे। जब क्लाइंट रोल में आप जो जाते हो वो लेड बैक है थोड़ा सा,
हाँ, जीवन आसान लगेगा।
पूरा जो आप यहाँ 2 साल में सीखते हो वहाँ 5 साल लगेंगे आपको। पर अगर वो इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर में है तो इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर के बारे में वो 1 साल में इतना जान जाएगा जो आप एजेंसी में 5 साल में नहीं सीखोगे।
डेप्थ है।
तो वही बात हो गई, टेलीस्कोप वर्सेस माइक्रोस्कोप।
Correct, very true. And what is that one? So somebody working in sales, say मदर डेयरी में कोई काम कर रहा है, एरिया सेल्स, ट्रेड मार्केटिंग इज अ गुड एग्जांपल। ट्रेड मार्केटिंग में वो काम कर रहा है, पोस्टर लगा रहा है, होर्डिंग लगा रहा है, कैंपेन्स कर रहा है। अब उसको शिफ्ट होना है डिजिटल में, कैसे करेगा वो?
देखो डिजिटल देखो क्या होता है, हम लोग नाम जब सेक्टर का लेते हैं ना, हम होमोजेनस नाम लेते हैं। डिजिटल एक है ही नहीं। डिजिटल में देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स, एसईओ है, सर्च इंजन मार्केटिंग है, कंटेंट क्रिएशन है, परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग है, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अब तुम नाम भूल रहा हूँ मैं फिर से, मैंने ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया। परफॉर्मेंस के बाद में देयर इज another term I'm forgetting. Okay, so there's so many different things. Email marketing and other things also. Now, which is the area that you want? Some areas require different kind of skills. I will never be good at performance marketing because I'm bad at numbers. It's a purely analytical thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be very good at content because I know I can write very well. I can think very well. I'm not praising myself, but my ideas
expertise
happens like this. Sometimes people may not feel कि इसको बहुत टाइम लगा होगा, वो ऐसे हो जाते हैं कई बार नहीं भी होते हैं, but most of the times. So you need to align your strengths with what you want to get into digital marketing with. So if you're very good at numbers, by all means, हमें word जो miss कर रहा था programmatic, वो एक अलग एरिया है। तो there's today with AI there are other specialties that are emerging. ये सारा डिजिटल है, तो इसमें भी आप कहाँ जाना चाहते हो, आपकी
पहले फिगर आउट करो।
हाँ,
फिगर आउट करने
के लिए आप इंटर्नशिप करो। इंटर्नशिप करके आप अलग अलग धक्के खाओगे अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स में, तो आपको समझ में आने लगेगा कि आपका रुझान कहाँ है, क्या आपको पता अच्छा लग रहा है।
But somebody working 7-8 years into sales, अब उसको मार्केटिंग में शिफ्ट, there are a lot of people like that and working professionals. How do they make that shift? कोई रामबाण इलाज है?
रामबाण इलाज है कि पहले आप उस डोमेन की कुछ एक्सपर्टीज, तो लो मैं आपको कंसिडर ही क्यों करूंगा जब आप एक तो 7 साल का एक्सपीरियंस बोल रहे सेल्स में, आप एक लेवल ऑफ सैलरी तक पहुंच चुके, सपोज आपकी सैलरी लाख रुपए महीना है,
करेक्ट,
1.25 लाख रुपए महीना है, अब आप मार्केटिंग में शिफ्ट करना चाहते हो, अब आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन तो रहेगी मेरे को आज की सैलरी से ज़्यादा सैलरी मिले,
करेक्ट,
पर आपको मेरे एरिया के बारे में
कुछ नहीं आता है,
आई यू आर नॉट रेडी टू स्टार्ट एज अ जूनियर गाय एट 30,000 रुपीज, नाउ देयर इज अ catch-22 सिचुएशन, सो ईदर यू गो एंड डू अ कोर्स, वो भी एक टाइम ब्रेक लेना है, एक IIM में जाना है,
अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट है,
हाँ अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट है प्लस फी है, ठीक है, तो आपने मार्केटिंग का कोर्स करना है कोई, और फिर कम बैक टू, एंड देन अगेन यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्टार्ट एट वेरी सीनियर लेवल,
करेक्ट, एंड देयर इज नो गारंटी दैट यू विल लैंड इन अ मार्केटिंग रोल,
या और अदरवाइज you have to start at some mid level and you have to sacrifice some salary and something,
and थोड़ा कंट्रीब्यूट करो कंटेंट टीम को या सोशल मीडिया टीम को,
या फिर साइड में लर्न करो आप, बिकॉज आज फॉर्चुनेटली नॉलेज इज एवरीवेयर, कमोडिटाइज नहीं बोलूंगा, हार्वर्ड के बेस्ट लेक्चर्स आर अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन ऑन मार्केटिंग,
कंटेंट इज एवरीवेयर,
you do certification courses online,
correct,
and then get into a marketing role, possible in your own company, start aligning with that, laterally move करो,
you ask,
but सबसे पहले वो skills तो acquire करने शुरू करो at an early time,
correct,
whenever you can, because of आज आपको formal education system से जाने की जरूरत नहीं है वो skills acquire करने की,
correct. Sounds good, sir. I think we have covered everything. Great session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, accepting our invitation.
It was such a pleasure.
Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you want, we have built a different podcast on roles in GCC, roles in HR, roles in marketing, roles in finance. The idea of the Clarity with Career company is that you can have as many information as possible so you don't waste your time in trial and error. You can also join a WhatsApp community where you can get mentorship, webinars, lot of jobs and internship. And if you want one-on-one with us, we do provide services like one-on-one career roadmap, resume review and mock interviews. So you don't have to make major career decision alone. Do follow us and subscribe to the Career Company.